Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So we're finally going to continue with the Marianas game. It has been a while. I don't know why. I just, I don't know why. I've just been busy with things, I guess. It's one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes you get distracted, and sometimes you're just lazy, and I can't really decide which one was the bigger factor. But we are back once more. So go ahead and take a look at the resolution then, of course, and see how things go then. We had defeated, I don't know. It's one of these as to whether we destroyed the iGen carriers. I think we destroyed, well, I think we definitely damaged a good number of them, though I've not seen hide nor hair of them. So I think some of them might have gone down, some of them may potentially have retreated, and we do take the island there, that's very nice. Some of them may have fled to Iwo, but then again at Iwo, I do have a fair idea, so I don't know. I don't want to say that they've been entirely destroyed, because I don't ever want to say, well yeah, never say never, to quote a awful singer. Okay. Supposedly Japanese ships near Niwotaka. I doubt that one. We are seeing actual submarines obviously in the area. Flotation damage aboard the New Orleans is actually rather interesting. That's very odd actually. Was the New Orleans damaged or... I'm gonna have to check that one out. It's rather strange that she's reporting flotation damage. Okay. So we still see some Japanese warships out. Okay, Japanese aircraft. Carrier aircraft. Japanese aircraft. Right, D4Y1s. Okay. Well, that is our own task force. I was about to say maybe that is the Japanese carriers or what remains of them. But indeed it is, in fact, not. Okay, F1M2Ps. That's rather close by. I mean, those F1M2Ps don't really have much... Oh, hello! Oh, those are tankers, supposedly. Now, that should be within range of the American carriers there to the north. I had for a moment thought that it might have been the Yamato class, but apparently not. Those may yet remain at Iwo. I'm so happy that we have the PBYs. And then one is immediately shot down. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so there's a number of ships moving south. A number of ships still remain at truck. As far as it goes, there's not a whole lot of things they can really do about our power now. Right. Are they out of range of the American carriers? I was hoping that we might have been able to get a strike there. Okay, so we're going in here with 55 Corsairs. We do have the B-24 Liberators. We do have the PB-4Y Liberators as well. He has a number of zeros in defense here, but the Corsairs should do a goddamn good job. The Liberators are pretty tough as well, so this should have quite the impact on its fighting formations here. Interesting to see that he's going on the defensive really with the combat air patrol. He just doesn't have that much of combat air patrol remaining, to be honest. But it is interesting. I suppose in some ways it would showcase the fact that he's obviously aware of the threat to Guam. Or at least he considers it a threat to Guam. suppose that's doing a good job, as we would imagine. I do find that rather interesting in regards to the Oilers. He must have used them, perhaps to give the task forces the ability to go all the way around. I don't know, it's very strange. Oh, we do actually lose our calls there. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely not been quite the Turkish shoot, but then again, he has played well. We've lost most of our aircraft when attacking the enemy carriers, that's the only issue there, really. There we go. So they're engaging with the bombers now, but the bombers ideally will be able to manage this. I mean, the defensive fire of these Liberators should be pretty impressive, to be honest. Yeah, you can see them being driven away by defensive fire. Yeah. Very nice, really. I mean, 20,000 feet is where the Zeros really are. They're pretty maneuverable at that sort of altitude. It's just the fact that they can't close in. I mean, they do have the cannon. The cannon can definitely... It could take down the B-24 if they actually get a good hit. It's just, obviously, the amount of defensive fire... Yeah, it's rather difficult for them to deal with. But here we go, managed to make it through. What I need to do here, then, is just keep on hitting the runway. Time after time, if we can manage that. And just trying to make it intolerable for him to use the actual runway there. Okay. So we don't see an actual attack from the carrier aircraft over here, but they're not going to be going anywhere too quickly. Something just sank there, I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was. Might have been a potentially... Japanese? I'm honestly not too sure. Well, obviously this could be Japanese. I'm not sure what it could be, though. Maybe one of the cruisers that we hit, perhaps. Who knows? Okay, we'll move into the actual turn in just a moment here. Overall, yeah, the turn went well. There we go. We'll go ahead and see what we can actually discover then from taking a proper look at it. I do hope all you guys are doing well, by the way. It's been a little while since we really got this close. That'll be fine. Okay. Tank and a patrol boat. I'm rather surprised that they didn't elect to actually attack, but I can understand why. That's not what I thought would have been there. There's actually still a decent amount of fighters over there, to be honest. Did I don't know, could be Yamatos have escaped. There might just be. I mean, this is very interesting. He still has the means to potentially attack began with something like that. I think what we are going to have to do then is really seriously look towards destroying the assets at Iwo Jima. Okay. I'll go ahead and take a look at the operations report shortly. Yeah, the New Orleans, that's something to definitely check out. Okay. Pierce reporters thinking the RO-36 is apparently incorrect. So you can see that they can't be repaired there again, which is not too surprising. What I'm going to go ahead and do then is take a look over here then. So, amphibious. Yep. So apparently we have completed the loading of our forces over here. So we do have now 23,257 troops, 60,000 plus pieces of equipment there. How much supply on board? That's a lot of supply indeed. Okay, yeah. Good deal of supply there. So no real issues on the supply front. In all honesty, we could seriously consider looking to land at Saipan very shortly. The issue with Saipan is obviously the mines. Obviously the surface assets over here, that's something to bear in mind. Okay, so we do have the Wichita and Baltimore. Also, we do have the CVEs over here, a good number of them as well, actually, the escort carriers. The baby flat tops. Okay. Yeah, very surprised that wasn't taken out, actually. Right, there's still ships around the area. I don't know. Could they be the Yamato? I'm not entirely certain. I wonder if the tank was used to maybe move fuel to Iwo Jima for the Yamatos, or... I don't know, it could be very interesting, actually. Assuming that is indeed a tanker. But let's take a look then. So we do see a number of aircraft over here. We do have fairly good detection. There's a good number of aircraft there. So you can see that troop capacity, yep, no issues anymore now with that. Destroyers over here. The amphibious command has been loaded as well. So what we could potentially do then, if we take a look over here then, is look towards sending forces to go ahead and clear the surface assets out. He still has a large number of aircraft. It's actually very surprising the number of aircraft he still has remaining. Very surprising. So I actually did lose a few of the Corsairs, 2 to operations and 3 to air. Yeah, a fair few aircraft lost today to AA. I mean, Idaho's not in a terrible state, but I'm gonna basically use her for the bombardment. I think what we're gonna do here then is, let's see, surface combat. So I do have the Wichita and the Baltimore over here. These should ideally be all Fletchers, HB and LBs, which is interesting. Do they have the same armament? Speed is the same. It looks like the it looks like the LB class actually has a little bit more in the way of ammunition. Can't really see any issues any differences really beyond that. I could be wrong. I imagine somebody in the chat will probably know about that. Okay, what I'm going to do here then, so we do have Captain King. What a name. Unfortunately, they're just off the coast of Began, so just off Began, so I can't actually change the captain. He's not exactly great. He's better. So I'd like to have the Baltimore lead. Okay, we do have a number of light cruisers over here. But what I'm going to do then is actually take just a number of ships over here. Keep it down to about 8. Right, we do have... still King. God damn it. Terrible. What I am going to look towards doing then is trying to clear out, the area around Saipan, actually. Okay. So they are set to naval attack. Okay, linger in that area. Okay. What I'm going to do here then is actually send in another group of destroyers as well. What I'll do is I'll form a second surface task force as well, with 2 light cruisers. The idea being that we have like these groups of 8. That's a better commander. Yeah, I want to try to attempt to clear this area out. I'd like to get the AMs then to move in afterwards. We might lose a ship or have a ship damaged, but we'll see about that. So minesweeping. Have the remaining destroyers over here up again actually escort them. Destroy a minesweeper, why not? DMSs are pretty good. Okay. And their job will then be to move in the turn after, so just have them to normal. I do have these destroyers over here, they're going to go in as well. It's hard to say what's actually in here. There's a lot of actual ships in the actual area, but they have been subjected to aerial attacks for some time now. So it's hard to say, really with any sort of certainty, like, how dangerous they actually are. Right, but, obviously the guest needs to return to begin. Or more so in Ewell really. Somewhere with repair facilities would be quite advantageous. Could have it returned to Pearl Harbor to actually go repair, which I'll go have it do. Yeah, well, actually, no, it could be repaired up again. Never mind, could be repaired up again. I expected the major damage to be significantly worse, and actually, no, it's significantly better. Right, return to begin, and alter disband once you do arrive. Have some additional destroyers sent in there as well. I mean, this is it. I'm going to try and clear out the area around Saipan, and then I can get the minesweepers in there, and then we'll have the invasion force really move in. I'll have the invasion forces moving in the turn after. I'd like to remove the threat to the north. I'm going to share that fuel. Right, we are set to a port attack as a secondary. I do lack attack aircraft though, that's the only issue. It might be worthwhile to actually have one of these forces brought in. Let's take a look. Dive bombers. 4. Torpedo bombers. There's no attack capability here. And you take a look at that, so we only have like 7 remaining there. Yeah, we have 115 aircraft. Okay. So they can return to Began. I'm gonna have them pick up additional aircraft, to be honest. I need to have some sort of T4, or there's no point here. Right, transfer the Alabama into here. It will have taken fuel from over here, but they are heading back to Began, so they should be fine. It looks like it might have taken it from here as well, actually. Yeah, it looks like it has come from there. Still not a lot. Still not a lot. In all honesty, he really did just, yeah, it really did wipe out a lot of our strike potential there, which is rather irritating. So I think I might have to send them both back to Began to actually pick up additional aircraft, to be honest. I mean, if I take a look at the aircraft pool, what am I going to see in here? Might not see in here, actually. And I'll go aircraft replacement pool. Yeah, so there are Helldivers. I might have to switch over to a different Helldiver, but there are Helldivers. Yeah, plenty of Avengers. So we can replace these losses, so I think it is indeed going to be a return to Began event here. Now, you actually have the capability to strike, which is good news. Within 5 hexes, okay. We do have that range. The Avengers even have that range, so we don't need to get that close. But I think it might be worthwhile to make sure we don't have too much in the way of operational losses. So we're going to do that. So they do have that. Okay, so they do have a heavy level of escort set. They're all set to port attack as well. Okay. I might have them set to actually attack the port at Iwo Jima, but there's nothing actually in the port, which makes things difficult. Now they might be docked. It is a difficult one. So it does make me wonder then, because obviously if they're docked, well, they're not... They could be docked, and that's an issue. So I could attack the port, but the thing is then I'm having to deal with 8 to 9 fighters. Okay. What's the distance from Began to Iwo Jima? 12 hexes, yeah. Okay. So in theory, he could use these guys to actually escort the BBs down here. In theory. I'll also set these guys to Saipan too. But yeah, it's one of those of like, will he actually do that? I could be lazy and grab the pilots. No, honestly, it's probably better off. Probably better off just focusing on one of these airfields and taking it out of and moving on to the next one, as it will just probably shift it around. I think we ignore Yojima. If they do come to Pagan, then they'll be attacked by aircraft from a number of carriers around this area. So it might be that we use the actual other carrier task force to move down here towards this area to, well, take care of business, really. Supposedly there's a CVL over there. I think we'll head towards Bavardois. See what we can pick up. I'd like to try and hit those tankers on the way down. Well, that tanker on the way down. And then once we get things underway at Saipan, like once I actually land the forces at Saipan, then I can go ahead and like just get the ball rolling, really. There's still an admirable number of aircraft, well, sorry, of men over here, I should say. So there is reinforcement that is available, so that's good news. Check on intelligence. Lots of activity at Bavardois. And honestly, I could actually change up and start hitting the ground forces at Saipan. Which, yeah, I guess we'll go from that. I could keep on hitting the airfield at Guam, but it's one of those of where he'll keep shifting the aircraft around. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the actual targets that we need to hit, which is obviously here at Saipan. Try and, well, force him to bring his assets out there. It makes it far easier on these guys as well, actually. Yeah, we'll see how we do there. 50,000 feet is probably too high, but I want to see what the actual resistance is like first of all. But yeah, we'll get that going. We'll send the assets in to try and clear out Saipan in general, and we'll get that going. We've got our carriers moving in a sensible fashion now. We'll re-equip the carriers, the main carriers, with their strike craft. We did lose a good number of them, actually, quite a good number of them. Surprisingly large number. But this is what happens if you don't have the settings right, or if you're unexpectedly involved in a carrier engagement, then things can go really badly. But there we go, we're going to go with that. So I'm going to say a big thank you here, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next episode. If most of you guys did enjoy this episode, then please do go ahead and show that down below by commenting, liking, subscribing, all that usual YouTube crap, and sharing the video. Really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Have a beautiful evening and an even better day. Goodbye for now.